Welcome to Talking Beards, an entertainment news podcast all about the facial hair lifestyle and the people who use their beards and mustaches to help change the world. Join your hosts, World Goatee Champion Aaron D. Johnston and two-time National Goatee Champion Scott Sikora as they talk about all the important issues in the community, from charity events, competition news, styling tips, breaking news, and much more. Tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we stream live on all social media platforms as well as talkingbeards.com and answer all of your questions. Join in our chat room and be a part of the show each week as we give away great prizes, compliments of Honest Amish. I am your host, Aaron D. Johnston, and I am Scott Sikora, and we are Talking Beards.
Let's go. Let's just get this guest thing rolling. So tonight, we have Mr. Chris Lockler from Heather Lockler fame. He is part of the Western Care. Oh,
I bet you it's Lockler.
Dadgummit. The Bearded Villains of Western North Carolina. I think that's right. And Beards for Beds is coming up May 6th at 4 p.m. at the Hangar, 1819 in Greensboro, North Carolina. So there you go. We want to see Chris Buddha Lockler. What's up, man? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, everyone. How are you guys doing?
Man, you really brought the troops in tonight. We got lots of people checking you out tonight. Woo, Chris says. Melina.
A bunch of new people. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody that doesn't usually watch Talking Beards. This is Talking Beards, and we do this every week. So, if you like what you see, or if you don't, you can still come back and watch us next week. It'll be different, maybe.
We'll tell you all about the really cool competitions that are coming up, just like the Beards for Beds. Pardon me. I was like, we're going to start giving beds to everyone that has a beard.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so let's just get into that. Where did the name of this event come from?
So as it is a bunch of bearded guys getting together and raising money to put beards in homes for kids and elderly and people with developmental issues as well through the, let me make sure I got the name correct. I don't want to mess it up. Baptist Children's Home of North Carolina.
So the name of your event is tied in with your charity.
Yes.
That makes sense. I didn't know, like Scott was saying, I didn't know if we were just like a bunch of bearded people getting in bed. This is going to be like a weird new thing, but hey, it could be the new thing. Everybody just get in bed and see what happens.
That'll be on our calendar for next year.
Sweet. There you go.
Very
Everybody
cool.
just beards and beds. And you're in North Carolina, so no one wears shirts there. Right.
I mean, we have to tell them to before they go into the business, but most of the time, walking down the street, no shirt.
No shirt, just twisting it around their head like a helicopter.
That's where that sign came from. No shirts, no shoes, no service.
A bunch of North Carolina people.
Hey, look who it is.
Oh my gosh.
Do it.
I forgot already. Big Papa Bougie. That's what it is. Dadgummit.
All right.
So Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, as far as it goes, I am a bearded villain, member of the Western North Carolina chapter. I've been a villain since 2020, and so this will actually be the first Beards for Beds that I've been a part of. So I'm really looking forward to bringing it out to the public to get the community involved and have a good time.
Nice.
So how did you get involved with the Bearded Villains?
It just so happens I'd kind of been at a few local beard competitions, had a little bit of fun, was chucking it up, went to one of our fellow chapters here in North Carolina, the Beard and Mustache Club of North Carolina Greensboro chapter, had hosted their competition. And while I was there, I got picked up by the Bearded Villains, started my journey with them, and have been enjoying it ever since.
Nice.
So what's the allure of the Bearded Villains? Like we've had this discussion many times before on the show where we kind of talk about there's different types of clubs like all over the United States. There's like just regular clubs, then there's like Bearded Villains, and there's Sinners, then there's the Mob. There's all these like weird, not like weird
factions, kind of.
Yeah, different groups of different types of people in these all over the country. But what was it about like the Bearded Villains that you found like the most captivating, that you were like, I want to go and be a bearded villain instead of like a mob guy or something like that?
So for me, it was actually the mission statement. So I went home after being approached, and I looked up the website and looked up the Brotherhood itself. And in the mission statement, they talk about treating everyone, no matter their race, their creed, their sexuality, no matter what it is, with respect. And that is a big thing for me. I feel like Bearded Villains can set a model for bringing civility back.
Nice. Yeah, that is definitely true. That's really cool. I like that. So what kind of stuff like it sets you guys apart from other clubs? Like what is there any like types of events or gatherings that you guys do specifically that set you apart from different villain clubs?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, as far as it goes, the Bearded Villains is probably the largest beard club out there. Have 100 plus chapters in about 30 countries. So we're worldwide. We actually do major mega events. So I'll be actually having the East Coast meet will be here in North Carolina, Charlotte. That'll be later this year. That's going to be a big one. And myself, I'm headed to Belgium for our world meet in August. So we do worldwide meets, and we do regional ones that are more than just your local chapter or your local states. It's big. It gets really rowdy, really fun.
Talk a little bit about the school supply initiative that you guys do. What's that all about? Because I see that's something that you guys are currently like working on right now. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to. So for the past several years, our co-captain Gib he's been pushing for us to get larger and larger on these school supplies. And we started off fairly small. We arranged to get, I would say maybe a handful of items to a school to just one teacher. Then the next year we had enough to really supply the school itself. And then we were actually partnering with our local school board. And our goal is to fill 1,000 backpacks for this year. So we actually have a wish list on any member of our chapter. If you go to their Instagram page, you'll find a link to go to our wish list and help us fill that 1,000 backpacks.
How did you get hooked up with that initiative? Like, how did it be like, did like a teacher reach out to like one of your members and was like, hey, like I need some stuff. Could you guys help? Or did you guys hear it from someone? Like how does that whole thing start? And how do you get to filling 1,000 backpacks now? Like, I mean, literally, as you say, you did one classroom and then the next year it was like exploded. So how does it start? Where does the seed get planted?
So that's another reason why I'm so glad to be a part of the chapter I am. We have some exceptional members, and we all strive to find ways to engage in our community. So Gibbard reached out to a friend of his, if I remember correctly, who happens to be a teacher, and asked her, hey, what can we do to help you and help your students? And so it went from there, and that's pretty much how we like to get a lot of our charities going. We just think of, hey, let me look around my community and see what can be done. And we do it.
Now, I know that we're here to talk about the beards for why do I want to
beards
keep
for beds?
Beds for
beds for beards.
I don't know. Sorry, because I was more enthralled, like, you know, as we Aaron, yes.
Before we get off the subject, how close are y'all to filling those 1,000 backpacks?
Not gonna lie, we've been a little bit focused on the event. So we really haven't gotten the ball rolling very far yet on that.
And that's you're trying to get it done for the next school year. So that'll be like an initiative throughout the entire summer.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll be sure to post links and also help with promoting that for you guys too. So hopefully some of the people that are watching here that are normal people, if they're interested, they can look it up and we'll give them resources to help you guys out. But anyways, as I said, I know we're here to talk about this competition, but as I was preparing for this episode and always loving to have new people on that we've never had before, just kind of getting to know them a little bit more, but also the group that they're with, just because, like I said, the villains is kind of a mysterious group in the beard community because they are very, they tend to be Instagram related as opposed to Facebook related with information. And
you're all the Bearded Villain events are always incredibly hard to find information for the beard calendar, but I try. Yeah. I've got some connections and I can get some information, so I may pick your brain from time to time now on, but yeah, go ahead, Scott.
But yeah, so getting back to community and searching for moments or people or situations that need help. last year you guys traveled to Florida. I believe it was October, correct? And you guys were doing some relief for Hurricane Ian. Talk about how, number one, that all came about, and then number two, about the whole process, and three, the results.
Okay, so that actually was me. That wasn't my chapter. That was me joining another organization called Team Rubicon Disaster Response.
Oh, all right.
This is a veteran-led organization that goes out and helps communities after disaster. But it's I think it is a good example of what bearded villains are. Like I said, we go out, we find needs in a community, and for me, it happens to be that I joined the Red Cross and Team Rubicon as a disaster responder. Whereas I have other members who they get involved in local child care organizations and help them maintain their gardens and their playgrounds and that sort of thing. So amongst our group, we will go out and do things as groups, but our individuals are so strong that they can go out on their own and make a huge impact on their community as well.
All right. So how did you end up there though? Like did someone call you and like, hey, we need help, come down here, and you just went, or you saw an ad, or how did that whole thing fall into place?
It's pretty crazy. For me, I joined Red Cross long before I ever joined Team Rubicon. And with the Red Cross, I only do local disaster response. So I started talking about I want to do more. I want to get more involved in the front line, sandbags, standing out in a hurricane kind of nonsense. And that's when I heard about Team Rubicon, and that's what they do. They are the out there in the sandbags, wading through water kind of guys. And so they have a whole national organization, a very large organization that I actually absolutely recommend anybody look into, but especially veterans looking for a new purpose in life after retirement. Check them out. There's a role for everybody who's involved.
Yeah, that can speak, for a lot of people that watch this show and stuff like that. That'd be something for a lot of people to get involved with. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, and especially the veteran side too, because there are a lot of veterans that watch the show, and a lot of events that we cover are trying to help different types of veteran type of organizations, be it either like PTSD or mental health, or this is even a different faction of that too, which is really cool. So how do you have such a big heart, man? Look at this guy.
Well, to be honest, I was a bit of a jerk and an a-hole for many years of my life, and one day it kind of dawned on. Well, I won't say one day it dawned on me. Through some real effort and finally seeing the effect my lifestyle had on my mother, really, what said, I got to change things. And I look around the world and I say, hey, you know what? I got it pretty good. And there's a lot of people much worse off than I am. And I can help. It's no real hardship for me to spend some time to help somebody lift themselves up.
I mean, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. I mean, we met your mother briefly before the show, and your mom said the smartest thing I think I ever heard a mom say. She goes, boy, that Scott guy is the most handsome host of talk.
Wow. And something happened to his mic. Weird. Dang, it didn't break quick enough, but you got enough of it out. But yeah, your mom was going on about how good looking I was earlier. So that was pretty good. We like your mom.
She's at home watching right now, laughing it up.
Hey, Mom. Thanks for saying I was super hot and Scott wasn't.
A humanitarian at heart. That's what Gibbs says.
There you go. All right. So let's get into the reason you are here. We already found out that you're a super great guy and your mom thinks I'm hot. So that's important information, but you have a competition coming up May 6th. You want to tell us a little bit, where do we want to start? You want to start with the venue?
Absolutely. So May 6th, it's going to be in downtown Greensboro at the Hangar. Now, let me make sure I get the number right here because it's always slightly wrong. 1819. So the Hangar 1819 on Spring Garden in Greensboro.
Such a good year.
Indeed. It's a great place. It's actually changed ownership recently, and the new owner is dedicated to making sure it is a safe and inviting place in downtown Greensboro for people to come and have a good time.
Downtown Greensboro is super cool. So I'm glad it's like downtown Greensboro. That's super nice. How many of these events have y'all done?
So I honestly can't really remember. I want to say this is the fourth, but all of the previous ones happened prior to the pandemic and prior to myself being involved.
Okay.
So I'm not 100% certain on that.
And you touched on the charity a little bit at the very beginning. Do you want to kind of talk about that a little bit more?
Absolutely. So the Baptist Children's Home in North Carolina was actually founded just down the street in Thomasville. It's been around for, 130 years. And they provide a lot more than just foster care and adoption setup as well. They do elderly care, and they do care for intellectual and developmental people as well. So they do quite a bit to help out quite a few people. So we're more than glad to be partnered with them to help raise a little bit of money, help them with their payroll, and keep them going. I mean, it's a worthwhile organization for sure.
And you can go over to their website, the bchfamily.org, and then you can donate, you can get involved. There's a lot of stuff that you can do over there on their website. And I definitely linked it before. It's in the show notes. Go ahead, Scott.
Apparently, if you're applying for a job and you need a referral, you can direct them to this website and they'll give you a referral for a job.
Make a referral, and then you can get a job, probably.
Who knows?
I think this is something else.
Oh,
yeah, it's something more important, Scott.
Oh, sorry, my bad. How did you guys get hooked up with them? Like, how did that whole process happen?
Again, so I get to brag on one of my members, our captain, Chris Garcia. So his mother, they were kicking around ideas. Who could they raise money for that would be a worthwhile organization to be involved with? And so he did his due diligence, did some research, found this organization, and he was quite glad to make them a part of our efforts.
Go ahead.
How involved are they in this process? Like with you guys, like you guys were like, hey, call them up and be like, hey, we want to do a fundraiser for you guys. They're like, cool, we want to be involved, or what? So what's their involvement in this whole thing? Is someone going to be at the venue, kind of, with the table talking about what's going on and stuff? I'm assuming, because usually that's what happens with these things, but have they also been promoting the event as well?
Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. So we've been kind of fragmented. We had a boss event, and he's kind of given us each our own roles. So I have my roles, and I'm pretty much just focused on those. I really couldn't tell you on that one. That would be for our sponsor guy. So
that's Aaron, someone else.
What he's saying is he's buttering his own rolls.
Yeah, he is buttering his own rolls.
I got so many great ones tonight. I just love it.
You've got a lot of something tonight. That is for sure.
A lot of FBI in my blood. I can't talk about it though.
You can't talk about the FBI, Scott.
Nope. Shh. Zip lip.
So let's say we actually do this independently for them. There you go.
That's cool.
Big Papa Bougie says I like buttered rolls.
We try to give a little bit of this and that to everyone to make everyone happy here tonight at Talking Beards.
Gosh, you're so good.
Part of our job.
So we have a charity, we have a venue. What time's this thing going to kick off on Saturday?
So we are hoping, how these things go. We're hoping to get it kicked off at 4 p.m. And then just pretty much roll through the night, have a good time, and it'll actually close out with 2 bands.
Okay. Who are these 2 bands?
So we have the Holy Rollers and Sleepless Denver are going to be closing it out for us.
Okay. Those local bands to Greensboro?
Well, I know that Sleepless Denver is coming out of Danville, Virginia for us.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, can't remember where Holy Rollers comes from, but they're fairly local as well.
I'd call them Sleepless Virginia.
And and they're going to play after the competition, or are they going to play like a intermission, or how's that going to work with the bands?
So we're planning on due to these things can always be flexible, right? So we have them lined up to be afterwards. That way, once we get done with the competition, everybody can hang out, kind of relax. Our guys themselves are going to be quite busy. So this will be the chance for them to kick back, say hello to all their friends that came out to see us, and of course have some great music while we're doing it.
That makes sense because all your guys are going to be working the event and they won't be able to just hang out. So that gives them the opportunity, like you said, just to kind of hang out and have a good time at the end of the night. So that makes a lot of sense.
Now, category wise, what do you guys have? Do you have anything like super fun planned, or is it basically the general categories that you would find at normal competition?
So we have most of the standard categories you expect. We're going to start off with two of my favorites, which are going to be the Whiskerinas and the Junior Beardos. And then we're going to go into styled mustache, then your full beards with styled mustache. And then you'll get into your standard, your groom, your freestyle, and then your size categories going along the way.
I have a question.
Uh-oh. I know where this question's going.
Why do the bearded villains hate partial beards? What's the deal with that?
Well, there is actually a requirement with bearded villains. If you're going to call yourself bearded, you got to have a beard. Not a goatee, not some chops. Sorry, but it's beards.
So, but you could have a whaler and be a bearded villain because it still goes ear to ear, right?
Ear to ear, yep, absolutely. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big fan personally of the whalers, but
hey, smart. No one is.
No one likes a whaler. I love this. Yeah. As Gibbs says, full beard, ear to ear.
There you go.
Yeah, man, no one likes a whaler. They should just be banned from the bearding community.
So was that category in there? Is there
he does have groomed beard, but not
the whaler under the groomed beard.
So whalers are not allowed at the event either. Well, that's pretty smart. Just keep the whalers just as far away from everybody as possible. Not having a mustache is weird.
I find that statement right there hard to believe that we never actually have a big turnout for
It's because you don't have a category for them.
I mean, Aaron and I were going to totally come, and then it's
but not now.
We can't.
I mean, maybe.
And as Douglas Cameron says, whalers are gross.
See, whalers are gross.
And most of the time, best in show is always a goatee, but
everybody knows that. I mean, it's in the name. Greatest of all time.
I mean, this is just what we know from just covering all of the beard competitions all over the world. I mean, just saying. But if that's what the bearded villains like, then it works for them. I mean, every club or every organization can have their own rules and stipulations. That's totally up to whatever. I mean, and it's the choice of the members to either participate or not. So,
and this is the smartest thing Big Papa Bougie's ever said. He said chops are definitely stupid. We can all agree with that one. Chops are the worst, and then whalers are a close second to the worst. But goatees are the greatest of all time. Everybody knows that. And
Steven says you can still come to the show and support, which is absolutely true. We always encourage everyone of every style, and just because we also have a bunch of new watchers tonight and new people checking out the show, it's just a big joke. That's it. We all love each other. We all respect each other. It's just this kind of little infight that we have between the dumb Sea Hops guys and the dumb whalers.
So what the actually happens is a lot of the competitions that we go to, they just lump goatees, chops, and whalers all in the same category. And the goatees just always just kick the crap out of chops and whalers because, well, I mean, everybody knows those are the dumbest categories, but we're just joking. Yeah. We're just joking that, it's not our fault that, people just constantly say that, chops are stupid. That's not our fault.
It's fun banter that a bunch of friends, we just started doing this years ago, and it's just kind of steamrolled and everyone's kind of joins in because it's a teasing thing, but anyways, let's get back to your competition. Enough about us and our dumb things that we do on our free time.
Yeah. So you did your categories. So who's going to be judging this event?
All right, so we actually have 3 judges at this event, one of which is going to be Alex Vander Hayden. I hope I'm saying it correctly. He's the social media chairman for the Bearded Mustache Club of North Carolina, Greensboro chapter. Cool. So one of our fellow clubs right here in town.
Nice.
And I got to tell you, those guys are awesome. We're glad to have them be a part of this.
Yeah, we love those guys.
Oh, yeah. And then second, we'll have James Pemberton of the Holy City Beard and Mustache Society out of Charleston, South Carolina.
Never heard of them.
So, up there.
Yeah. pretty good. You're keeping the kind of close beard clubs, keeping them involved.
Absolutely. And then the last one, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit partial towards this last one. She happens to be my personal stylist, so she's probably ashamed of what I got going on today, but forgive me. Her name's going to be Lauren Deaton from Hairplay in Archdale, North Carolina.
Cool. So that's your personal hairstylist, huh?
Mm-hmm. And she's fantastic. So anybody who's coming through wants to get a quick top off, I say go check her out.
Do you let Laura trim your beard too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. She spends more time trying to find a reason to get in there than she does my hair. So definitely top notch on beard care.
Nice.
That's when you know you're with the right stylist.
Look at that. James Pemberton has popped in. Look, one of your judges right there. What's up, James?
Wow.
Doug
Look at him. He looks so good.
James
it's been a while since we've seen
right.
James.
Yeah. Well, good. That's some pretty good judges panel. I like that you only did 3 judges. Like some of these competitions have 7, 8, 9 judges, and man, just keep it simple. And that's my motto, man. Just keep it simple. 3 judges is really all you need.
Yeah, I mean, for us, though, keeping it simple is pretty much a necessity, really. It's going to be our first competition since COVID, so we're definitely getting our feet back under us.
I think it'll be a pretty good turnout. I believe that.
All right. So one thing that needs to be addressed, and you have this in your information, is you need to buy tickets from your Linktree. Tickets are $20 with fees, but there will be a $5 surcharge for people under 18. There are group discounts for up to 8 people, and kids 12 and under are free. But here's the clincher. Tickets will not be sold at the door, and you'll be directed to the online link to purchase a ticket prior to entry of the event. So make sure you guys get this all done before you guys try to attend the event. Now, is that just straight up for registration?
No, so that's for ticket sales itself. So part of the vendor requirement is that we have this online marketplace for tickets. So yes, when you come to the door, you will not be able to buy right then and there from us. You will be directed to go, on your phone, of course, and purchase the ticket through the online store. And we're also going to be doing registration online as well. So we do hope that anybody who's wishing to compete will register ahead of the time. But we will be making, efforts to get people who walk up to register as well.
All right. And we will have a link to that in the notes for the show notes and YouTube and the podcast and all that stuff. So if you listen to this and you're hearing this right now, just go click the show notes and there'll be a link to the Linktree, and you can go to that and sign up, buy tickets, whatever you need to do, register, all that stuff. Just try to make things as easy as possible for everyone that's checking this out and who are interested in attending.
What time will the doors be? The competition starts at 4, or is the doors at 4?
I believe it is going to be the doors at 4.
Okay, so you'll have an hour or so to get registered and whatnot, and then the actual competition will get started.
And for anybody who's curious, and I'm going to be walking up and down downtown Greensboro for a little while before the event, all decked out in my costume I have for the event. Getting people interested in dragging them to the door last minute, if need be, just because I want more people to get involved and have a good time with us.
Heck yeah.
And then we have Gibbs Woodworking, who is piping in here, and he says that the competition awards are being donated by Gibbs Woodworking LLC. So, okay, what can you tell us about these? What's the awards? Do you know what they look like? Have you seen them, or is it going to be a big surprise for you and everyone?
Well, so I've seen a sneak peek, and I know a little bit about them. Now, your second and third place, those are pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. I think people are going to be real jealous when they see the first place prizes for this one, because it's not a plaque you're going to put on the wall or metal to hang around your neck. It's going to be something very unique and very useful to anyone who gets one.
You heard it here first. New cars for everyone who wins first place.
New cars. But I may, in about 2 seconds, I may have a sneak peek at the second place trophy.
Technology is just amazing.
Technology's wild.
While Aaron's doing that, here's another question for you. Are you guys doing a raffle? Any kind of raffle or anything?
we're definitely doing raffles. So that has been a part of my role for this event is getting together donated items for the raffle. And I got to tell you, I'm definitely learning on my feet quick with this one. But yes, we will be doing raffles. There's going to be some prizes ranging from small to rather large items donated to us by either members or businesses. And our goal is to do a raffle in between each category to give competitors a time to gussy up and get to the stage and, have a little bit of drink before they get up on stage. And so we'll space it out throughout the night, but there will be some pretty cool ones in there for sure.
Can you tell us what's the best one you feel like you've gotten, or what's one that you're super excited that you think people are going to be excited about? Let's get the people excited. Let's give them something to get excited about, other than the fact that they're coming to help and they're going to a really cool beard competition. But real quick, Aaron,
you ready for this? I got some trophy sneak peeks. So here's second and third place. They look very similar. Very nice wood plaques.
That does not look like a car, though.
You ready for first place?
Oh my gosh, a car.
I got a peek of first place. Oh, not a car. But there you go. So some cool homemade trophies that you can get May 6th. Go ahead, Scott Score.
All right. Yeah. So anyways, back to what you feel that might be a good raffle item that might suck maybe a couple people that are watching tonight. That's not a car. Yes. Anyways, go ahead, Chris.
So as far as it goes, I personally donated a few of my antique mustache signs that'll be up for raffle as well. It was funny as we were talking about, Whiskerinas and Junior Beardos. Well, a lot of people don't know about those categories. So one of the things we're going to put up is some of those knitted beards and hat sets so that they can get involved in the next one maybe. And we have one from a local business that one of our members works at. Little John's Tattoo and Piercing is giving us a $200 certificate. So I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to throw in a few tickets on that one myself.
That's cool. Yeah, it's always great when you get these very generous businesses that donate stuff, and especially in times now when a lot of businesses are struggling and the country's kind of changing and everyone's struggling financially. To get such nice business owners that are willing to give stuff like that, especially with something like that, that's a lot of time invested in $200 when it comes to stuff like that. So, someone's really given a lot of their time to, try to help you guys raise some good funds for a great cause this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are super grateful for all the donations we've received. And I've still got a few more weeks, so we'll be adding some more to it as well, for sure.
Well, I'll bring some stuff with me as well if you'd like. We've got
a car,
plenty of stuff here. Yeah, brand new car. Yeah, might be this big, but it'll be a brand new car.
Robert tuned in. He's like, "What comp is this?"
Yeah, this is the Beards for Beds competition, May 6th. It's this one. Rim job. It's this one right here coming up. But not you. You're not Rim Job. That's someone else. He loves that nickname. It's his favorite thing that everybody started calling him, Rim Job Rob. See?
Yep. Well, and it's not what you think. It was putt golf fun.
Yeah. It was putt golf related. It wasn't, normal Rim Job related. It was G related. But it's funny to say because most people don't know it's G related because it doesn't sound like it. And that's probably his favorite part, especially his girlfriend. She loves it when they go to events and everyone's yelling that. She's thrilled.
Yeah, we tend to give people a lot of really bad nicknames. Right, Ian?
Ian, yeah. So Ian's here. Big Papa Bougie's here. He also just recently got his hot new nickname that he loves so much. So, you too. Well, you've already got a nickname, so we can't even mess with your nickname. But we said that you're related to Heather Lockler, so that's pretty good.
Well, as far as it goes, so anybody from North Carolina knows, anytime a Locklear sees another Locklear, it's, "What's up, cuz?"
So you are Heather Locklear's cousin.
Well, I think we're all related, so sure.
Hell yeah. We've got a celebrity on the show. This is amazing.
This is like really turned out to be like the like best interview I think we've had all year. So
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, man, you did
Yeah.
a great job.
so you really brought your game tonight. This is great. I mean, so much great information about the villains. I mean, you gave really awesome information about the competition. So for anyone that's just joining us now, and as we're kind of wrapping up, why don't you just give us a last wrap up of everything so everyone can kind of hear it real quick, and so it's the last thing on their mind when you're done.
Yeah, absolutely. So May 6th, we're inviting any and everybody to come out and join us at the Hangar in downtown Greensboro. We're going to be raising money for the Baptist Children's Home of North Carolina, and we intend to have a good time and have a great fellowship. So join us. Absolutely join us.
There you go. That's it. Just come join them. Just come hang out, everybody. I think that's a great message, and it's simple and right to the point.
Yeah, and once again, one of the most important things about this whole event is to make sure that tickets will not be sold at the door, and for registration and everything. So make sure you guys go to. All right, so you say here on your page, visit your link tree. What is the website? Where do people need to go? Like
Okay.
There's a link tree in his Instagram, and then from that you can find all the. We'll break it down, and we'll find the actual individual websites, and we'll post it in the show notes. That's where it lives.
I just found it. So,
every member, if you go to our chapter's Instagram or any member's Instagram, you should find that link tree and be able to register and buy your tickets.
I just posted it in the chat, so it's quite lengthy and stuff. What I found real quick, but if anyone clicks on that link, it'll take you to register and to buy tickets for everything. So I just want to make sure. I will also put that front and center in the show notes.
Sweet,
and that way
people, right?
Yep.
Well, Chris, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming by and sharing all the information about Beards for Beds 2023 beard competition. Like you said, coming up May 6th, Greensboro. Everybody come check it out.
Yeah, looking forward to it, guys.
Yeah, man. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, see you.
See you.
Thanks for tuning in to Talking Beards. Make sure you go over to honestamish.com and use promo code TalkingBeards to get 15% off your order. Don't forget to tune in live next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern at talkingbeards.com.